Hi, how are you? My name is Nina Lupo and you are in Mindset Meet. Today we're going to talk about a subject that I really like. Well, two subjects, which is mindset and success. So what we're going to talk about what is mindset and how we can use it to be successful. So mindset is a word that it's everywhere nowadays, and it is a constant go-to for salespeople, entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, high skill professional, you name it. So, but what is mindset? Depending on what we are talking about, you can say that mindset is mentality, or it also means attitude. But if you ask me, in my opinion, and the opinion of in many other people and other experts, this word means way more than that. If we look into Google Books, which is a very handy tool that can scan all those books that have been digitalized with the time, and you can look there the exact word, specific words to know when they were published for the first time, when they were used the most, and a lot of things. So, according to Google Books, in the first time mindset as a word was used in a book was 1920, but it wasn't until 2006 when you can see that mindset was used with the connotations we know it today. And the first person that ever used the word mindset with all the significance it has today, it was Dr. Carol S. Dweck with her book Mindset, the New Psychology of Success. She has a PhD, and the book is amazing. If you haven't read it, check it out. It has a lot of meaning, it has a lot of psychological terms, but it really is a great book. So in this book, the author explains the huge difference there is between growth mindset and fixed mindset. If you want to know more about this, you can check then our next video. There is growth mindset and fixed mindset. It will really help you understand the difference and the different characteristics between these two mindsets. But again, what is mindset? You might be thinking that mindset means a lot of things, and what are we going to focus today, and how you can obtain success from it. Well, the online magazine called Psychology Today defines mindset like a belief that guides the way we handle a situation, the way we define what is going on and what should we do. So our mindset can be our greatest ally and helps us discover new opportunities, and it can also be our greatest enemy, shorting our sight with biases. So it is impossible for our brain to analyze everything like it was our first time experience, like to analyze everything like it was, brand new for us. That is why everything you see, listen, and everything you experiment is connected in your brain with past experiences. So everything can be processed faster. If the brain cannot find anything similar within your past, you immediately feel fear, because we fear anything and everything that we do not know. The fear we feel comes from this primal instinct that says that we are in danger, but even when they're not, if there's something we don't know, we get scared. Because it's a new situation, and it's just the body saying, hey, you cannot do this in autopilot. You really need to put attention. We really need all your focus on this new situation. So we fear what we don't know. That is just a fact. And it is simply our mind trying to protect us and saying, hey, pay attention. So mindset is, first of all, a way of thinking, a way to see the world based on previous situations, actions, and affirmations. In the world of the great psychologist B.F. Skinner, we can find what people feel as important as what they do. If you like computers, I can tell you the mindset is like the CPU, and I'm sorry, the mind it's like the CPU, and mindset is like the memory RAM. So when they work together, well, you know what? You can do amazing things. So everything you do and everything you feel comes from a thought that crossed your mind and made it its home. That is why it's so important to have the right mindset, a successful mindset. Because depending on your mindset, depending on your day-to-day attitude, there are thoughts that will establish in your mind and they will be expressed with actions and emotions or mood swings. When you don't have a defined mindset, you have mood swings. Sometimes you are fine, sometimes you are awful. You know what? Everything depends on the month or the year or the moon, but never on you. And you have repeated to yourself that lie so many times again and again. And you know what? It's right here, right now, when you can just change that. You can start creating a mindset of change and a strong attitude. It is the perfect time for some responsibility. So when one of those inconvenient thoughts come to your life, because you know what? They will always come. We all have them. But when they come, you have the strength to send them away. A leader that I really, really admire, I admire him deeply, and from whom I learned a lot, once told me that thoughts are like birds flying over your head, and there's not much you can do to stop them from flying above your head, but it is totally your decision to make them, like, to let them make a nest on the top of your head. You can totally avoid that and change them and say, you know what, I'm not going to listen to you because I have a better mindset and I do know better. There are various ways to create a successful mindset, and I will mention some of them, and if you apply them, you will come up with many, many more, because you will find yourself inspired. To have a successful mindset, you need to develop a thinking process based on logic. Why, you may ask? Well, it is very simple. In our mind, there is a scale with logic thinking at one end and visceral thinking on the other. The more logic we apply, the less irrational thinking we will have. Logic thinking is in charge of analyzing based on past experience the characteristics of what is happening, the facts, and the different options we have to find a solution. Visceral thinking, on the other hand, is in charge of how we feel based on past experiences with what is going on around us and what is the reaction we express to respond to the stimulus, that is the situation, the problem, the conflict, challenge, however you want to call it. When we use our logical thinking, we analyze. But when we use our visceral thinking, we just react. A successful mindset analyzes, meditates, measures, concludes, and takes action. Analyze. Well, you know what? Analyzing implies looking into the present and into the past. And we can do that by asking ourselves like just simple questions. So, what is actually happening? Has it happened before? If yes, what did we do and what was the result? If not, what previous informations can I use to understand what is happening? Meditate. In order to meditate, we need to visualize the present and the future. To meditate is to identify the emotional tools we have at this moment, and also the possibilities for conflict resolution. It is to locate and pinpoint every road and every path we can take, because every situation has more than one solution, and it's our responsibility to identify as many as we can. And no matter the practice or the experience you have doing this, there will always be roads that are close to our current perception. And that is okay. Because you know what? We don't know it all. We are always learning. Measures. Before we can properly conclude, we need to know the possible outcome of every path or road we have previously meditated on. Every solution has pros and has cons, and we need to know which solution is the best for us. And you know what? We need to know the consequences of every possible solution. And beyond that, we need to know with which consequences that we can deal and with which ones we cannot live with. Concludes, with all the previous information, we can conclude which is the best route to take. So, a strong mindset commits to a decision, takes action. Once we have taken a decision, we take action with or without fear, with the certainty that we did the best we could with the information and the tools we had at that exact moment. This doesn't mean that we're going to be always right. Lots of times we're going to be wrong and there will be consequences. However, you had measured them, so you know beforehand you can face them. Besides, you got something greater. You get knowledge. And you know what? With the knowledge we acquire, every time we fail, we learn. And with that new knowledge, we try again and we will succeed. So next time we find ourselves in the same situation, we'll have more and better tools to move forward with better decision making in order to have a successful mindset. We need to have and to nourish our imagination. If you don't believe me, you know, in the words of the famous physicist Albert Einstein, he said logic will take you and will get you from A to B, but imagination will take you everywhere. In order to grow a creative mind, you know what, I recommend you to do something new, something that you don't know how to do, and something that you never done before. So learn a new language, learn to play a new music instrument, paint, learn how to skate, a new sport, something that excites you but you don't know how to, and that will take your imagination places. I also think it's a good idea to meditate. Meditation, it's a great exercise. It's a great exercise to keep your mind in the present, to keep your mind in the moment. It's like kind of aerobics for the mind. In order to develop a successful mindset, you need discipline. For most of the good things in life, you need this ability. There is no place in the world where discipline cannot take you. If you are watching this video, it's because you are looking for change and you are looking to improve your life. And for that, I want to say congratulations. And this is the first step for success. If you want a successful mindset, I urge you to consider to have a morning ritual. Something that allows you to start your day with the right foot, which keeps you productive for you, for your family, and for the fellow man. Like a great leader who was my mentor for years used to say, if you don't live to serve, you don't know how to live. So, if you want a successful mindset, you need to believe in yourself and in your capacity. How do you experiment a success mindset? Please let your comments below, and I guarantee you that more than one person can benefit from your opinion. Remember always, sharing is caring.